Pastor Risa again. It's really nice to be able to see all of y'all once again and meet up here again online. I just wanted to say that today we do have some of my favorite things out here. Share a little bit about it with you. Today we're going to learn about God and about God being with us. And I'm going to tell you a really big word that I learned, and I want to share it with you. Now, this is going to be a really hard word, but we're going to get through it together, okay? The word is omnipresent. Let's try that one more time. The word is omnipresent. Now, that is a very big, fancy word for just something that means all the time, always, everywhere. So one of the things that we can say is God is omnipresent. And what that basically means is that God is with us. God is everywhere all the time. And that's actually a really good and important thing to remember, and I'll tell you why. Now, I did want to show you some of my favorite things. Now, we do know that this is time that we are spending a lot of time at home, and it can be really, really boring, right? Just super boring. And, if you're anything like me, I need to do things to keep my mind active. And so I do lots of crafts. I love to learn new things. Now, I wanted to share some of that with you today. So one of the things that I really like to do is to play video games. So I have my special controller here and I play my video games, and that's fun. And I'm sure a lot of you like to play that. Another thing that I've done that I really like to do is build things. So you'll see here, I did a dragon from one of my favorite TV shows, and I just wanted to say this took a very long time to do, but at the end, I felt super accomplished. Okay. One thing that I really, really like to do is learn new things. Now, that is something that is really good for you to have your whole life. Always be excited to learn new and different things. So one of the new and different things that I learned this last year was how to play a game called Magic. And so this is some of the stuff that you play, and you use this, and there's so many different ways to play, and it's really, really fun. But at the same time, it's really, really hard for me because it's different, and that's okay. But I just wanted to share with you, these are some of the things that I like to do. Now, another thing that you'll learn is that I absolutely love Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is one of my favorite comics to read. And so I spend a lot of time reading Wonder Woman comics and coloring Wonder Woman pictures, and I just love that. And these are things that bring me joy. And so what I wanted to talk to you about today was, what do we do? How do we feel? And how do we cope whenever things aren't really going 110% sunshine and rainbows, because maybe we're stuck at home and we're bored, right? So one of the things that a lot of us will have to face either now or sometime in our lives is that there's going to be a time where we just don't feel good. We just feel sad, or we just feel like, I'm tired of doing everything, even though we haven't done anything. And that's okay. So I do want to say that when you get to that point, if you ever get to that point, or maybe your friend gets to that point, maybe you have a brother or a sister or a parent or an aunt or a grandparent that's just tired all the time, they just feel kind of sad. One thing that always cheers me up is I have Wonder Bear. Now, Wonder Bear has been with me through so much. She is like my best friend, okay? And so Wonder Bear, when I'm feeling sad, or I'm just tired, or just any kind of time that I need comfort because I just want to feel good, and maybe Zelda's running away, and sometimes kitties can be like that. They don't always want to be squished, right? And I always have my Wonder Bear here with me to help me when all of these things are going through my mind, or maybe I'm just bored. In today's lesson, we learn about omnipresent, what it means to say God is with us. Think about that for a minute. What do you think that means? I mean, does that mean that God's always with us everywhere all the time? Even when we're with a lot of friends? I think so. Because that means everywhere all the time. What about, do you think that means, is God with us when we're sleeping? I think so. I believe, and I really feel in the bottom of my heart that God is omnipresent. God is with us all the time and everywhere. And that is something that brings me a lot of comfort, even more than Wonder Bear, because it means that even when times are tough, maybe we've had a bad day, and that's okay. It's okay to have bad days. Grown-ups have bad days. Kids can have bad days. You know, just some of those days where it seems like nothing can go right. Maybe you want to go take a shower and then the water got cold all of a sudden. Or maybe you want to go get a big bowl of cereal. This happens to me all the time. Maybe you want to go get this big bowl of cereal and then you run out of milk. Oh, I hate when that happens. You know, there's just some days that just, no matter what you do, it doesn't get right. And that's okay. And I feel that the promise that God is with us all the time and everywhere is especially good when we're feeling really, really low and really, really bad. Because it's okay to have little bit of times where you're just sad. Maybe you miss your friends at school. I miss my friends, but I can't see many of them or most of them because we have to stay inside. We have to wear our masks. We have to stay safe just to make sure that everybody will get to enjoy all the things we used to. But you know what? Being by ourselves and being just with our family or just with our cats, that can be really, really lonesome and really boring, but can also make you really sad. And that's something that I want for us to remember, that no matter whether we're having a good day, whenever we're having a boring day, or even whenever we're having a sad day, whenever nothing seems to go right, and not even your stuffed animals or all of your favorite things can make it feel better, know that no matter how isolated we are right now, which means kind of just left alone because we can't see anybody or go anywhere, no matter what we're going through right now, the promise that God is omnipresent, that God is with us all the time, everywhere, is what we can use to hold into our hearts and know that it's going to be okay, no matter what we're going through, no matter how tough things seem to be sometimes, no matter how many video games you play, no matter how many things you play to try to fill up and make yourself happy and it doesn't work. Just know that God is with us all the time, everywhere. God is omnipresent, and in that promise we know that whenever we miss our friends or we're by ourselves, maybe it's just you and Wonder Bear or you and your favorite stuffed animal, know that God is with us all the time, everywhere. And the best way for us to not feel alone is to maybe talk to God. Get into a way of having a conversation with God, and the way we do that is with prayer. And some days we need a lot of prayers. So I want to start it off today and let you know that no matter what you're going through, no matter how dark it can get sometimes, no matter how good it is, God is with us all the time, everywhere. And I want you to join me in learning and saying a prayer to our God. Okay? Come on, Wonder Bear, you gotta pray. Let's pray. Ready? can repeat with me at home.
Dear God, thank you
For being omnipresent.
Thank you
For being with us all the time, everywhere. And thank you for letting us know that we won't ever be alone, because you are always with us. And the whole church says, amen. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I had a lot of fun, and I can't wait until next week whenever we can have another lesson. Bye.